Now to the world-famous floating city, Venice, Italy. It's one of the most popular tourist destinations on the planet, with 20 million people visiting a year. That number dramatically dropped during the pandemic, but now the city is starting to reopen. And let's go back to Will Reeve, who is there with more to rub it in. Hey, Will.
No, I'm not going to rub it in this time, but Venice, Michael, is a tourist dream. It's densely packed with history in every square and down every side canal, but that dream was deferred this past year as COVID ravaged Italy and tourists stayed away in droves because they had to. But now Venice is returning to form as people start to come back.
With its maze of canals snaking through ancient buildings and historic piazzas, Venice is a crown jewel of Italy and the world.
The future of Venice is potentially as glorious as the history of Venice.
Before the pandemic, international tourists pumping nearly $3.3 billion into the local economy each year. But as COVID-19 ravaged Italy, tourism in Venice ground to a halt. Now, as vaccination rates rise, daily average case rates fall, and COVID restrictions in the U.S. ease, tourists are eager to see what they've been missing.
And there's nothing really more special than taking a boat through the Grand Canal.
Last month, Italy announced travel for tourist purposes, allowing Americans to visit Italy for any reason without having to quarantine upon arrival, so long as they received a negative COVID test before departure and upon arrival.
I think a lot of Americans are not necessarily in the wait and see mode, but they're in the I'm going to book now, and we'll see what happens when it comes time for us to actually go.
And also good news. The pandemic gave Venice's fragile environment a breather.
The colors were sharper, the sky was cleaner, the water was more transparent. We need to make sure that we encourage people to come to Venice for the right reasons so that they can have a good experience.
Now, even though the European Union yesterday voted broadly to uphold travel restrictions on Americans, Italy is encouraging tourists to come on those COVID-free flights, test in the U.S., test once you get here, then come and explore. Anecdotally, as we've been going around Venice the past few days, each day it's gotten more and more busy. Michael, I had to wait in line to get a coffee before I did this.
Well, I got to say, that's actually some good news to hear, though, Will. And yesterday, some more good news. A cruise ship is sailed through Venice for the first time in 17 months. What was the reaction?
Yeah, well, it might be good news for business here because 1.6 million tourists annually come to Venice by cruise, at least pre-pandemic. But here to the Venetians, it was a surprise. It kind of came out of nowhere, just edging its way up the Giudecca right here at 6:30 in the morning, even though recently the Italian parliament voted no cruises for now. This will be the first one in or out of Venice since before the pandemic, and people are kind of upset, but there's no actual solution yet. So for now, it's business as usual, which means good business for Venice as tourists come back. Michael?
All right, Will, thank you for bringing all of that to us from Venice. We'll understand if your flight has a little difficulty and gets canceled. Stay a few extra days, all right, my friend?
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.